All right, welcome back to another episode. I assume this is going to be the start of another episode. Maybe it's a continuation from where I stopped filming a couple weeks ago. But regardless, a lot of progress has been made on the Civic. You can see the K24 is in the car and it is mounted up. I had to stop recording because it was just taking too much time to record every little bit and piece that I was doing to the motor to get it prepared to get in. And like I said, I only have so much time, and summer is running out, and time is becoming very valuable, like it always is. And it's currently August 2nd, and I wanted to be a little further along than this, but it is what it is. So I just put the camera down and pushed on and got as much stuff done as I could. But now it's in the car, it's mounted up, and we just have a few more things we need to go. So let's catch everybody up. We got a new alternator. We have the K-tuned driver's side mount on there. The belt's on. The hybrid racing fuel rail is on with the regulator, or with the gauge. We have our ID 1050 injectors there. And we're going to figure out where we're going to mount that flex fuel sensor so we can run the E85 option as well. This looks like a good area. I'm waiting to receive my the mount that I'm going to be using to hold the sensor. That comes in a couple days. So once that gets here, I'll have a better idea of where it can be. This could be a possibility. I'm also thinking in this area right here, since the charcoal canister used to be here and we no longer have that, this is a good area, I think, for that flex fuel sensor. I'm still going to utilize the OEM filter. And I did purchase the Hybrid Racing K-Swap fuel kit, and I think I'll be able to use most of those lines, at least the one coming from this end of the fuel rail to the regulator, and then regulator down out to the return. I'm gonna have to make a line that will go to the flex fuel sensor, and probably another one to come up and around to the inlet here. So probably should have just built my system from scratch. It would have saved a little bit of money, but it is what it is. We're at that point where we just have to keep going forward. I do have the intake mocked up just to see. I need to order an overflow canister for the radiator that I'm going to be putting in today to figure out where that's going to go. I was hoping maybe right here in this area. Chase Bays makes a nice one that also has a bunch of bracket options. So I'm thinking here, I don't know if I'll be able to hide it in the wheel well because of the intake that will be there. So once we get the radiator mocked up, we'll see what space is available, and then we can go from there. But I think it's turning out great. I got the Skunk 2 header mounted yesterday, and I am just super excited and happy for how this is turning out. I think these gunmetal mounts from Hossport look great in here. So I don't think, I was a little concerned after seeing them initially, but I am happy with them. So let's get the radiator mounted in, and we'll need to fab up a bracket too to hold it, and I have a guy who's going to do that for me. But let's get that radiator in, and we'll see what that looks like and where we'll be able to mount the overflow canister. But overall, I'm super happy with the progress and how it looks and how it's coming. I'm super excited to get it started, and just hopefully all this hard work turns out and it runs and it makes good power. So, but all we can do is just keep pushing forward. Okay, so again, I stopped recording, made some progress, but here we are. The radiator is in. I have it mocked up where it needs to be. I have a guy fabbing me up a nice little bracket for here. And then I also have the Dash 16 fittings out to a race shop right now where they're building the hoses for me and pressure testing them. I'm waiting on the lower fittings to come in. That is a difficult routing situation just because of how close the water or the thermostat housing is to the actual lower inlet or outlet there. So I'm going to have to be creative with that, and those fittings should arrive today. But I did get the JB tuned clutch line installed. I believe that's how I want it to be routed. It might be able to tuck under there. We'll see. once we get the final pieces that need to go in here. I got the K-tuned shifter cables in right here, and they go through the firewall with the nice grommet. What else? Oh, I also have the fuel lines that are being made as well. So the plan is to come off of the factory fuel filter down into the flex sensor, and then I have a 180 that's going to come around the hard line here and run it back up just like you typically would if it was coming off of the fuel filter. And then from there we'll use the hybrid hoses to connect to the fuel regulator that we're going to install today. So a little bit of progress, but again, it does take time to record, so I just put it down. I did spend some time figuring out how to route this. It was tight with the intake tube here, so we have a 90 coming off here to a swivel 160, and I think it should work out just fine. So I'm gonna get the regulator mounted today. I need to get the battery back in and wire in the fuel pump relay that I have. I also have the Haltech digital dash that will be going in as well. It's starting to just finalize some of these things, so when everything is in, I can eventually try to start this. So again, I'm running out of time. This is my last week. I have 3 more days this week to put in on this, and then I have to start going back to school next week. So I'm trying to get the big rocks done, because then it'll just be, you know, evenings and weekends and not a lot of time. So we'll push forward and we'll keep you guys updated. Okay, so I got the regulator mounted, and I just placed it where there were some existing looks like spot welds, and it spaced out perfectly there, and I used the supplied rubber rib nuts, and it is very nice and secure there. So this hose that comes around from here to there has a nice bend there. I'm going to leave this disconnected for now, because I want to do some more work with the shift cables, and you know, it's unnecessary. It's really quick to put that on, so I'm just going to leave it disconnected for now. The next step I think I'm going to do is get the traction bar, I don't know what you'd call those, radius arms, installed, and that way that's done, and then just keep pushing forward. So again, I don't know what part of this video this is, if this is a new one or just continuing, because I'm just kind of piecing this together as I go, but just vlogging it as well. So if it's the end of the video, thanks for watching. If it's the start of the video, thanks for watching. We're just going to keep plugging through. So I appreciate you watching and following me with this process. It's been a journey, and I'm excited to keep making progress. Eventually this will be running, so let's just keep pushing forward. I did order a Chase Bays overflow reservoir for the radiator. Actually, it's going to be coming off this one, which I think will be located right here in this area. I should have room with the intake dropping under. This will sit up right around here. So that should be here in a few days. And like I said, we're just going to keep pushing forward.